This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
And welcome to the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri. I'm your host, cover everything sport, international and local. I do promise you the best of the best. And right now, it's such a pleasure to have this athlete because you know what? We don't ever disappoint you here. She's not only an athlete, she's a basketball player, she's a national team player, she's a club player, and she's on the show today. Amal Bin Haidar, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Amar. It's my pleasure to be on the show, and thank you for having me on the show.
What a star. Amel, this is big for me. I'm so happy to have you here. I want the listeners to know, how did your journey begin in basketball?
Well, it started since I was a kid. I always dreamt of being a basketball player, and especially to empower women's sports. Like, sports has no gender. Everyone can play sports. And as I grew up, my family gave me the full support. And throughout my journey, like, my dream got bigger and bigger every day. So, like, sports is my life. I cannot, like, let it go. Even if I'm doing anything else, I should just play sports every day.
I see you shining through the camera when you're just talking about it. That passion for me shows me that you're in love with the sport. When did you realize you were in love with basketball?
Like, you won't really believe what really inspired me to love, especially basketball. I believe that everyone have watched this movie, especially this movie. It's the Space Jam movie.
No way. Are we talking the original one or the one that was made recently? The original. Yes.
My one.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a movie, like, over and over again. And how he changed everything and how he became the Michael Jordan. So I got so excited. I just went to try to play this sport. I found that like I have it. I know that I have it. When you know deep inside that you have this passion to basketball. So I believe, like, sharing these kinds of movies and messages throughout social media platforms, just taking, like, a big part of our life, like, or on TV, it could change someone's life. It would make someone look and find his passion. And I find my passion throughout this way, and I cannot leave it anymore.
Well, you see, I'm feeling it through just this interview, and I know that, you know, movies, cartoons, animations, they have a role to play. So to hear that you were inspired by that, for me, makes me think, wow, you know, dreams can come true. Did you ever imagine that you would fulfill this dream?
I've always, like, had this image of me, like, being the captain of my club team or the national team. Like, I was very young. I was 9 years old. I've been enrolled. They took me to Al Ahly club team, and, like, all the players were like 29, 25, and I was so young. So I always looked up to them, and I've been taking some of the players as my idol. And I was telling myself, I should become the best. I should become the best in the UAE. So I worked on myself a lot throughout the years. I worked in the country and outside the country through the summer vacations. And right now, thank God, I'm the captain of the national team and the captain of my club team as well. So it's like I'm making myself proud, and still I think, like, I have a lot to give. Like, it's not the end.
How important, you know, when you just said that now, how important is it to enter a sport with an open mind, with a dream, but at the same time to travel and learn from all different areas of the world to be the best you can be for the UAE?
It's how important. It's very important. Like, learning, like, every country has a different style in playing, to be honest. Like, this player play in this way, you could know, like, this is from, for example, Algeria, this is from Egypt, so by me going, for example, I went to play in Bahrain, I went as a pro to play there, and I played as well in Egypt. They both have different styles, and by me learning, it's like I'm I'm collecting these and coming back here, giving my teammates also what I have learned. It's like very important. Like you should have like tournaments playing against a lot of teams. This will make you grow a lot. For me, from 9 years until today, it make me like this. My game changed like every year changes 180 degrees, changes to the alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. One more question before we take the break. If you could go back to the Amel who was 9 years old and give us some advice right now, what would it be?
Never give up. Never ever up. Really. A lot of obstacles are coming on your way, but whatever it is, you should just stand up again and move forward and work on yourself even harder.
Well done. All right. See, I'm excited now. I'm ready. I'm ready to go now. All right. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We'll be right back on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Salam and welcome back to the halftime show with Omar Al-Duri. I'm still smiling from the first segment with this basketball star here. We talked Space Jam. We talked dreams. We talked about her at 9 years old. We talked about the support system and traveling. And that was just the first segment. I told you I was going to spoil you. On segment number 2, Amal Bin Haidar's on the show. Amal, how important is it to win, especially recently? How important is it to win? Tell me.
It's a duty to me. Like as a captain of the team, I have a huge responsibility of not letting my team, either the club team or the national team, down. So it's very important to motivate the players and set their minds like in the right track before every game. Like, it's very important to win. It's for us to prove that we have worked a lot to reach to this point. Like if we're working like 6 days a week, 5 days a week, so let's just not let this all those training just go away by losing.
I like that. You know, when you do win, does it set the bar even higher every time? Because recently you won the Golf Cup here. So now, congratulations, by the way, that was amazing. Does it set the bar high every single time?
Of course, like limit is the sky. To me, limit is the sky. And I usually do tell this to my players all the time. Never stop. Whatever you win, make sure, like this tournament, especially the Gulf tournament, was the only tournament that we used to take the second place all the time. So when we took the first place, it's like I looked at the team players, I told them, I told you we can do it. Remember 2012, 10 years from that day, I told you we can do it. Let's never give up. We will reach there one day.
Amazing.
So it was an amazing feeling.
And you know, a part of your journey and a part of winning, it's so important to lose. How important is finishing second and just missing out to winning?
To be honest, I'm the person that hates losing. It's like it affects me a lot. But by the time I learned that loss isn't by the word loss. You can call it learning. You don't lose, you learn. When you lose, you learn from your mistakes. And you will never know how to win in order to lose. Some games or we had a tournament, we lost the first 3 games, but at the end of the tournament, we took the cup, we took the first place. So by these losses, you learn. So you would never know. Not every loss would make you just break down. Absolutely. It might make you stronger.
It does. And I think from what you said, losing shows you the real character in the team, which then helps you win. How was that recent success that you had with the national team and winning the cup? How was the morale? Like, it must have been a roller coaster. How has that been?
it was in the national team, the Gulf Cup that we won. It was so tiring, especially that 3x3. It's like a 4 a day, so the spirit sometimes it's very high, it's very low. But how we insisted on I insisted on the players. We are used to this, especially the UAE team. We play the 3x3 since 2016. We are used to this tiredness that we have, so we should keep pushing. We should never give up. And the strategy that we played through, it was amazing. We kept on pushing each other. It's like everyone completed the other player. Each player completed everyone. So this also the sports spirit among us and among all the other teams, it was beautiful. It's like there is no you can't say there is hate. Like we if you won and we won, at the end of the day, we're sisters. So we come from like very same culture countries. So I'm gonna be happy for you, but at the end of the day, I do want to win as well. So we kept the spirit high, we kept the energy very high. So thank God.
I can see the emotion in your face as well. With your sisters and with your teammates, has sport taught you a lot about yourself as well?
Yeah, a lot.
What has it taught you about yourself?
It changed my personality a lot. As basketball, you should have some patience. You should have the patience. Like, you cannot just look at the time, you see the score difference, and you say, oh, like there's 10-point difference, so I can't do. No. It's called the game of seconds. So there's patience, there is mind thinking, there are tactics, there are some tiny empty spaces that you could do the change, and a player can change everything. It does. One player can do it, 2 players. I'm not saying also only on the court, but also in the mind of the other players. You can't change everything. So patience, calmness, the tactic, the cleverness, it changed. For me, it changed a lot.
You're obviously an obvious leader, and you're someone that leads by example.
Thank you so much.
How do you handle the pressure?
That explained everything.
Yeah. That's why I was laughing.
Especially like coaches usually take me aside and say, look, Amel, you are very close to your teammates. Maybe we're the coaches, so it's different with us. How do we talk to them? But you know how to talk to them. So you have it all in your hands. You have the key. So you can do whatever. You can talk to them the way you want. You can do whatever you want. But it's just like you should set them right. So a pressure from here, and like I'm the team captain, and so I say, okay, everything comes at its time. So I will take everything a step by step, and we'll see at the end of the day what will happen. So it's a lot of pressure, especially in most important games that we go through.
Do you
to teach? I have to say, like, you did this, you should do this in this way, you should do this in that way, and I should listen to them, to what are they going to comment as well. So I got used to it.
I like that. I have one more question, I promise, before we go to the break. You just keep giving me ideas and I keep spiraling over. Because of your leadership and because of the trust your coaches have in you, are we looking at a future UAE coach?
Yes. The next generation that is coming, I can see them in my eyes. I see them play right now, and I'm telling myself, like, I wish we had this before. Because
I mean, you're not done yet. You still have a lot more cups to win and come on the show and talk to me about.
Yeah. sorry, they're waiting for like 20 years for me to give. So it's
Good. Yeah. We're gonna be on the halftime show on Pulse 95, and Amel is gonna be introducing me. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. But don't go anywhere, folks. On the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Salam and welcome back to the halftime show with Omar Al-Duri. I'm your host, covering everything sport, international and local. We talk to you about all sorts of things like mental health, gut health, how important the brain is on performance and recovery. And we also bring the best in the business here on the show. And who better than Amal Bin Haidar, who's here with us. Amal, thank you very much for spending this time with me on the show today.
Thank you, Amar. Really, it's my pleasure. I enjoyed it. It's like we're having a very, it's a light conversation.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And Amal, I wanna ask you, because obviously you play national team and you play for your club. Firstly, is there a difference between club and international? And what's next for your national and club teams?
I'm playing in Sharjah women's sports team right now. Mm-hmm. We're in a league, and the league is called Soul Ball Above All. Mm-hmm. I guess everyone knows. And hopefully, we're in the end of the season. Mm-hmm. But hopefully on July, I'm gonna start training with my national team again, because we have a tournament in Turkey on August. So no break, no time.
And it's funny you mentioned no time off, because I want to ask you now. Obviously, I care about the sister and the basketball player, but I also care about the sister, the person. How does Amel reset? How does she switch on and switch off, disconnect, to be able to get back to the responsibility of leading the national team and Sharjah and everything?
Really, I just always escape in my own bubble. I just shut down everything around me, and I enjoy my own bubble every second and every minute. I do something that is the total opposite of sports. Like, I just go travel, I explore, I hang out with my friends, because I usually have not that much time to see my friends and to travel or even sit with my family, to be honest. Time is short. I work, and I go to Sharjah every day from Dubai. So the moment I find like a week or 2 weeks, I just either travel, or either I sit with my family or hang out with my friends.
I felt that breath when you went, hang out with my friends. Recovery is important, and taking some time out is really important. I think from what you said now, it really shows the dedication and the passion you have for the sport, that you've given your all to the sport. I also think that we're talking to the future UAE basketball coach here, because it seems like I'm talking to you as a player, but you're saying the right things. You have a vision, which you had at 9 years old as a player. You seem to have a vision for what's coming up in the new generation. Is it hard to just disconnect from basketball?
It's better to, for me, like, you mean in the vacations, like when I take a time out? Yeah. For me, because of the pressure, because of the what happens in the tournaments, I usually think a lot. Mm-hmm. I think even after the games. It's not like the game has ended and then I go back home and sit and chill and that's it. No, I just keep thinking. I write my mistakes down. What should I improve? What happened exactly? Because sometimes I usually talk to the players, call the players and say, what do you think about the game? What happened? What do you see? Because maybe I missed something. Mm-hmm. So in the timeouts or the vacations, I like to just disconnect from sports. So I shut down my brain. I just live the time.
Nice. I like that. Something really interesting again, you said you write down your mistakes.
Yeah.
Journaling is probably one of the skills a lot of the athletes I speak to that are like psychologically intelligent, emotionally intelligent. That's a different level of athlete. When you do stuff like that, do you realize what you're doing?
I started doing it like a long time ago. So it's like something that is something that I do all the time. So I just don't feel it. I just come back from a game, take a pen or paper or through my iPhone on the notes and just say what happened in the games. Let's see. Okay, man, I did this mistake. I didn't. It's something like I do it usually. Mm-hmm. So I've never thought of like, why am I doing this? No, it's just like it improves.
Yeah, it's full credit to you as well. Again, having worked with female athletes and the new generation, the old generation, I think what's nice about listening to your story is that it's almost like you're setting the habits for them. So if they see you doing it, it's normal for you, then they'll go, okay, this is how a top level athlete should be. This is how they should mentally, prepare themselves. This is how they should disconnect. So I listen to what you're saying, and I think, that's the level that we need to have here for females competing in sport, not just to do their job, but to do the extra, to be at an international level. Is there anything you feel that you've added recently or you would add to what you're doing already?
To add, it's I'd love one day to add my I don't know how to say it in English.
Say it in Arabic.
To be honest, البصمة.
Okay, your stamp.
Yes, in the sport, it's very difficult to go through a lot. I went through a lot, and but being here today, I think that adding this stamp that I want to add, it's like this the coaching thing. Start holding the younger like the youth athletes, because holding like how I did with myself starting at 9 years old, like I wanna hold them, and I want to put them in the right track. It's totally calling out any girl from a school or from university and tell her, okay, so you're tall and you're fast, come and play basketball. So the mentality she's gonna get, it's okay, because I'm tall and because I'm fast, I can play basketball. Good. It's different. And it's not about the length now. It's a short player can do everything now.
Absolutely. You just gave me an idea.
Yeah. I want to add my stamp. It's like they say, yeah, that's Amal Bin Haidar. Yeah, that's what she used to do. Yeah, we remember that she used to do this, and I think that's her player for sure. Like I want people to see me throughout the players, not throughout me.
I like that. You just gave me an idea for the title of the show, the basketball stamp with Amal Bin Haidar. There you go. See? Now it's given me the idea. We're going to take a quick break, and I can't believe we're almost done, but I'm going to give you one more segment right after the break. We're going to play some music. We'll be right back after this, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you in a bit.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Salam and welcome back to the Halftime Show. Man, what a show. The bar was set high when I met Yazia. Yazia is my girl as well. That's my sister. I was so happy to meet her. Amal Bin Haidar. Oh my God. Amal Bin Haidar has set the show on fire today from her home. And that's why she's not in the studio. But I told her off air that next time, inshallah, we'll have her in the Pulse 95 radio studio in the heart of Sharjah here. Amal, quick question for you. Where can we follow you, firstly? Because I don't want to let you go before my listeners can follow you and your progress.
I have a public Instagram account, and I do have Snapchat as well. It's public as well. Everyone can find me there, and you're most welcome to follow me, ask me whatever you want. make sure I'll be there to answer all your questions.
Amazing. And what is the ID for your Instagram account?
You can just write Amal Bin Haidar.
Okay, amazing. And you mentioned earlier, you said that obviously the club season might be over, but you're going to Turkey. Talk to me about what to expect in July.
Training. Morning and night.
I'm just laughing because her voice tells you everything.
The summer, that's my summer. That's how I'm going to spend my summer vacation.
In Turkey.
Training. We're going to Turkey on August. We're going to prepare for the tournament on July.
Okay.
So my vacation is about training. One who's going to follow me, I'm going to show you everything.
Amazing. See, guys, I mean, I already follow her, but I'm going to be tuned in to see what she's doing. I might throw in a question every now and then just to make sure, you know, she's still engaging with me. But I think it's been fantastic. You've been so good to have on the show, and we had such a fun time with you as well. So thank you so much for being on the Halftime Show.
Thanks to you, Omar. Really, I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And I can't wait to see all the success from our sister, Amal Bin Haidar, who is the UAE national team basketball, I was going to say coach, player, and future coach. And also at the same time, follow inshallah and follow her and follow all her progress. Amal Bin Haidar, thank you very much. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much, Omar. You too.
Salam and welcome to the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri. I'm your host, cover everything sport, international and local. Coming up on the show today, Sharjah and UAE national team basketball player Amal Bin Haidar, who will be on the show here right now. Can't wait to share this with you guys. She's on the show following the recent win in the Golf Cup, which was fantastic for the UAE national team. And she tells us all about her journey, how it started, where it started, what age did she go at, what she might look into. And not only that, but also how she stays on top of her game as a leader, as a player, and also as someone who's very emotionally and physically intelligent. We're talking about that on the show today, on the only place to be at 3, the Halftime Show on Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of The Halftime Show, drop a like and subscribe. 95. Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.